The small, oarless boat drifted silently upon the Enchanted River, its polished wooden hull gliding effortlessly through the water. Above, the midnight sky was a vast, velvet expanse, utterly devoid of stars, yet illuminated by the river itself. The water, usually dark and deep, now shimmered with an internal, ethereal light, a soft, cool luminescence that pulsed gently from beneath the surface. It was a living current of liquid moonlight, casting a serene glow upon the banks, where ancient, moss-draped trees stood like silent sentinels. A delicate mist hung in the air, swirling lazily above the water, cool and soft against the skin, carrying the faint, sweet scent of water lilies and damp stone. Lyra, a quiet traveler with a deep respect for the ancient ways, lay reclined on a bed of soft furs in the boat's center, her gaze fixed on the shimmering water. She had always found profound peace on this river, its currents guiding her through the heart of the realm's most ancient magic. Tonight, however, something was subtly different. The fish, usually a vibrant, playful presence, darting like living jewels through the glowing depths, were acting strangely. They were not swimming with their usual carefree abandon. Instead, they moved in slow, deliberate patterns, their scales reflecting the river's light in an almost synchronized, methodical dance. They seemed to be gathering, not in schools for feeding, but in quiet, swirling formations, their movements almost reverent. It was a gentle intrigue, a soft tug on her curiosity, inviting her to simply observe, to feel the quiet pulse of the river's unspoken secret. As the boat continued its unhurried drift, deeper into the heart of the enchanted night, the mist thickened slightly, becoming a soft, translucent veil that softened the edges of the world. The air grew cooler, a refreshing caress that invited deep, calming breaths. The shimmering river water, its internal light pulsing with a consistent, gentle rhythm, seemed to deepen in hue, shifting from pale silver to a soft, luminous sapphire. The only sound was the almost imperceptible whisper of the boat gliding through the liquid light, a sound that was more a feeling of effortless motion than an audible noise. Lyra watched the strange behavior of the fish with quiet fascination. They were not agitated or alarmed, quite the opposite. Their movements were slow, deliberate, almost meditative. Large, ancient riverfish, their scales iridescent with the river's glow, joined smaller, more nimble ones, all forming intricate, swirling patterns just beneath the surface. It was like watching a silent underwater ballet, performed with profound purpose. They seemed to be responding to something, a silent call from the depths of the river itself, a resonance that Lyra could almost feel, a deep, calming vibration that permeated the water and the air. Her gaze followed their collective movement, noticing that their patterns were slowly, almost imperceptibly, guiding the boat. They were not pushing or pulling, but subtly influencing the current, directing the vessel towards a particular point on the river. The trees on the banks, their forms softened by the mist, seemed to grow denser, their branches reaching out over the water, forming a natural archway. The scent of water lilies intensified, mingling with a faint, sweet aroma of something ancient and blooming, a fragrance that promised gentle discovery. The boat, guided by the silent, rhythmic dance of the fish, passed beneath the archway of intertwining branches, entering a section of the river where the mist was even thicker, swirling like soft, luminous clouds around the boat. The shimmering river water here pulsed with an even deeper, more profound glow, its light a rich, comforting indigo. The air was utterly still, holding the cool, damp embrace of the mist and the intensified, sweet fragrance of the unseen blooms. The fish, now a dense, swirling mass beneath the boat, their scales creating a kaleidoscope of shifting light, began to descend slowly, their collective movement drawing the boat downwards with them, as if into a gentle, watery embrace. It was not a descent into darkness, but into a realm of soft, diffused light, where the water itself seemed to be the source of all illumination. Lyra felt no fear, only a profound sense of calm and wonder, a quiet surrender to the river's gentle will. They entered a vast, subterranean cavern, not carved from rough stone, but smoothed and polished by millennia of flowing water. The ceiling was incredibly high, lost in the soft mist, and the walls glowed faintly with embedded luminous crystals, mirroring the river's own light. The air here was warm, humid, and filled with the purest essence of the water lilies, a scent that soothed the very soul. The fish, having guided the boat to the center of this cavern, began to spread out, forming a wide, concentric circle around a central point just beneath the water's surface. Their strange behavior, Lyra realized, was a prelude, a silent, reverent gathering for something profound. At the very center of the fish's silent, swirling circle, where the river's light was most concentrated, a soft, rhythmic pulse of golden light began to emanate from the depths. It was not harsh or blinding, but a gentle, comforting glow, like a hidden sun rising slowly from beneath the water. The shimmering river water around it seemed to vibrate with this energy, its surface rippling with tiny, luminous waves that spread outwards in perfect circles. The mist in the air caught the golden light, transforming into a soft, ethereal cloud of amber and gold, swirling gently above the boat. The fish, now completely still, their bodies angled towards the rising light, seemed to be in a state of profound reverence, their scales reflecting the golden pulse in a silent symphony of light. Lyra, too, felt a deep, calming resonance within her, a warmth that spread from her chest outwards, easing every muscle, softening every thought. This was the culmination of the fish's strange behavior, the reason for their silent gathering. They were witnessing and participating in the awakening of the river's heart. Slowly, majestically, a single, enormous crystal lotus began to rise from the golden light beneath the water. Its petals, carved from pure, luminous crystal, unfolded with an almost imperceptible grace, each one catching and refracting the golden light into 1,000 shimmering hues. It was not a physical flower, but an embodiment of the river's purest magic, a living artifact of light and tranquility. At its center, a single, perfectly formed pearl of pure light pulsed with a steady, serene glow, the true source of the golden emanation. This was the heart of the Enchanted River, the wellspring of its shimmering waters and its profound peace. The fish were not acting strangely. They were simply performing their ancient duty, guiding the way to this sacred, calming spectacle. The crystal lotus, now fully risen above the water, spun slowly, its luminous petals casting intricate patterns of golden light across the cavern walls and the swirling mist. The pearl at its center pulsed with a steady, comforting rhythm, a silent heartbeat that resonated through the entire subterranean space. The air, already warm and humid, felt imbued with a profound, soothing energy, a deep calm that settled into every fiber of Lyra's being. The scent of water lilies was now almost intoxicating, a sweet, ethereal fragrance that promised deep relaxation. The fish, still holding their perfect circle, began to swim slowly, gracefully, around the crystal lotus, their movements a silent, reverent dance of acknowledgement. Their scales, reflecting the golden light, created a continuous, shimmering ring around the radiant artifact. It was a spectacle of pure, unadulterated beauty and profound tranquility, a moment of perfect harmony between the river's magic and its living inhabitants. Lyra felt a deep sense of belonging, a quiet joy in witnessing this ancient, peaceful ritual. The mystery of the fish's strange behavior was now completely unveiled, revealing a deeper, more beautiful truth than she could have imagined. As moments stretched into a timeless tranquility, the golden light from the crystal lotus began to soften, becoming less intense, more diffused. The pearl at its heart pulsed with a slower, gentler rhythm, signaling the gradual winding down of its awakening. The shimmering river water, too, began to dim slightly, its indigo glow softening to a pale, ethereal silver. The mist in the air grew more translucent, its golden hues fading, becoming one with the ambient light of the cavern. The fish, sensing the shift, began to slowly break their formation, their silent dance concluding with a collective, gentle dispersal. The crystal lotus, having shared its profound light and tranquility, began its slow, majestic descent back into the shimmering river water. Its luminous petals folded inward with the same imperceptible grace with which they had unfurled, slowly disappearing beneath the surface, leaving behind only a lingering, golden afterglow that pulsed softly from the depths. The pearl at its heart, the true source of the river's magic, vanished from sight, its work of renewal complete for this cycle. The air in the cavern, though still warm and humid, felt lighter, imbued with a sense of profound release and quiet contentment. The fish, now swimming freely once more, though still with a gentle, unhurried grace, began to subtly guide the boat again. Their movements were no longer a focused procession, but a soft, collective nudge, directing the vessel back towards the opening of the cavern. The shimmering river water, having returned to its previous luminous silver hue, flowed with a renewed sense of quiet purpose. The mist in the air, though still present, was thinner, swirling gently as the boat began its journey back towards the open river. Lyra felt a deep, pervasive calm settle over her, a tranquility that permeated every cell of her being. The profound beauty and serenity of the river's heart, and the silent devotion of the fish, had filled her with an immeasurable peace. The gentle intrigue of their strange behavior had led to a discovery far more beautiful and comforting than she could have imagined. There was no lingering question, no desire for more, only a deep, quiet satisfaction in having witnessed such profound harmony. The cool, soft mist and the gentle flow of the shimmering river water were now companions in her peaceful journey, guiding her towards a state of deep, untroubled rest. The boat, gently nudged by the returning currents and the subtle guidance of the fish, glided effortlessly out of the subterranean cavern. The transition was seamless, a soft return to the open river under the vast, starless midnight sky. The shimmering river water, now a consistent, luminous silver, flowed with a serene, unwavering current. The mist in the air, still cool and soft, swirled around the boat like a comforting embrace, carrying the faint, sweet scent of water lilies. The fish, their ancient duty fulfilled, began to disperse, returning to their usual playful patterns, though their movements still held a lingering grace, a quiet echo of the profound ritual they had just completed. They darted and weaved through the glowing depths, their scales catching the river's light in fleeting, beautiful flashes. Lyra watched them, a soft smile touching her lips, understanding now the silent language of the Enchanted River and its inhabitants. The mystery of their strange behavior had dissolved into a clear, comforting truth, They were guardians and participants in the river's ancient, peaceful cycle of renewal. A deep, pervasive warmth, originating from the profound peace absorbed from the river's heart, settled over Lyra's entire being. It eased every muscle, every nerve, inviting a complete surrender to the profound stillness that permeated the air. The cool, soft mist felt like a gentle caress, and the rhythmic glide of the boat became a silent lullaby. Her thoughts, once gently curious, now drifted like the mist, softening, slowing, until they too dissolved into the vast, clear expanse of her mind. The world outside the boat seemed to recede, its edges blurring into the soft, luminous haze of the enchanted night. The boat continued its effortless drift down the Enchanted River, a silent vessel carried by currents of profound peace. The shimmering river water, its internal light unwavering, cast a soft, ethereal glow that enveloped everything in a serene embrace. The mist in the air, cool and comforting, swirled gently, a soft, translucent blanket that invited deeper relaxation. The playful darting of the fish beneath the surface was now a subtle, rhythmic dance, a quiet affirmation of the river's renewed vitality. Lyra felt her limbs grow heavy, not with fatigue, but with a blissful, pervasive calm. The gentle rocking of the boat, combined with the soft embrace of the mist and the rhythmic shimmer of the water, created a perfect symphony of tranquility. Every breath felt longer, deeper, drawing in the pure, cool air and exhaling any lingering trace of thought or tension. The profound peace absorbed from the river's heart resonated through her entire being, settling into every cell, inviting a complete surrender to the moment. The banks of the river, lined with ancient trees softened by the mist, seemed to recede further, becoming indistinct shapes at the periphery of her vision. The world narrowed to the gentle sway of the boat, the soft glow of the water, and the comforting coolness of the mist. The midnight calm was absolute, a timeless expanse of stillness that cradled her in its embrace. There was nothing left to do, nowhere left to be, except to simply exist within this profound, undisturbed peace. The boat continued its gentle, unhurried journey down the Enchanted River, a silent passage through a world of profound tranquility. The shimmering river water, its soft, internal light and unwavering beacon, cast a pervasive, ethereal glow that filled the entire space, creating an atmosphere of serene beauty. The mist in the air, a constant, cool companion, swirled and drifted, softening every outline, blurring the line between reality and dream. The gentle movements of the fish beneath the surface, now fully returned to their natural, peaceful rhythms, were a quiet testament to the river's enduring harmony. Lyra felt a deep, pervasive weightlessness spread through her limbs, a sensation of effortless suspension that lifted any lingering trace of physical presence. The soft furs beneath her felt less like a surface and more like a cloud, supporting her without resistance. The profound peace absorbed from the river's heart, combined with the rhythmic glide of the boat and the comforting embrace of the mist, had eased every muscle, every nerve, into a state of complete and utter relaxation. Her mind, clear and untroubled, found no thoughts to chase, no concerns to ponder, only the gentle, rhythmic flow of her own breath. The world outside the boat, the ancient trees on the banks, and the distant, unseen horizons, all faded into the soft, luminous haze of the enchanted night. Only the immediate space around the boat remained, a perfect, self-contained cocoon of peace and stillness. The midnight calm was absolute, a timeless expanse of quiet into which all external anxieties simply evaporated, leaving only a core of pure, unadulterated tranquility. Her eyelids, grown heavy with the immense serenity, felt softer than velvet, drawing slowly, effortlessly shut, sealing out the last vestiges of the shimmering, waking world. Breath became a gentle, rhythmic whisper, flowing in and out with an unhurried, graceful ease, guiding her deeper and deeper into the silent, comforting depths of slumber, a descent into pure, untroubled dreams where the river's peace resonated. There was nothing left to do, nowhere left to be, except here, in this perfect, utterly serene stillness, a timeless moment of complete surrender. The very last conscious thought, if it could even be called a thought, was one of profound, unwavering contentment, a quiet, effortless drift into undisturbed, restorative sleep, cradled and protected by the enchanted river's endless, benevolent flow, until the next gentle dawn gently stirs the world anew.